Hello and welcome back to a Karting.Nathan video. Today we're going to be at my home track Leeds for two 15-minute sessions in a row. Here we are now coming up pit lane to start our first 15-minute session. A quick little cheeky wave over to Felix over there. Okay, I'm just checking over my shoulder because I'm realising that Shimon's quite close. You can see he does take the outside line, but I do have the inside line, so he gets a switch back here. No, does not get the switch back, so we're just going to keep our position for now. As you can see, the tyres are still quite cold, so it's going to take 3 or 4 laps before they come up to temperature and we'll be able to really focus and put our heads down and get some good lap times. As you can see here, I underestimated so much how cold these tyres were. Shimon almost got the inside line on me, but I held it. And it looks like Felix has caught up with someone who's had a bit of a spin, or they might have had a collision, not too sure. As you can see, this gentleman here has a lot of oversteer and ends up losing the back end in that corner, and Shimon has catched up from that slight little incident, so as you can just see here, Shimon's just peeking around, but obviously he doesn't have enough speed for the overtake, so I kept the position there. As you can see here, I'm pretty frustrated that there's a yellow flag, but it'll soon go to green and we're back to be racing. See here, someone has tried to follow Felix's line but almost killed me completely, and they came out wide as well, so that quite annoyed me, as you saw. As you can tell, there is some traffic up ahead, so we're going to see if we can catch up with Felix. Right, now honestly, whatever that person in the red suit who punted Felix in the side, not too sure what move he saw there, but we move. Side by side, we exchange looks. See which move I can go for here, and he just knocks him completely out of the way. Gives back the position to Felix, which I'm not too bothered about, but not too sure why he had to literally T-bone someone out of the way, but and the one thing I will say that this person in the red suit does, if you want someone to pass you, don't like signal them to pass on a yellow, because it's just going to get them a black flag if the marshals see that you've passed and they haven't seen that they've let you pass, so please don't. Again, it was a slightly better exit than Felix in that corner, so we've catched up a lot. But as you can see here, he's pulled away a little bit, so but his mid or top end speed is a little bit better than mine. But as you can see, we've got him on the corners, so we'll see what we can do. As you can see here, I start to go a little bit defensive because I see that Shimon is closing the gap quite quickly. So he gives me a little tap on the back. As you can see here, I get a terrible exit through turn one, so he catches up a bit more again.
It's the car.
You nearly killed me.
What?
You nearly killed me.
Well, it's because you're trying to pass me.
And there's me making an excuse up for it's the car. Classic one, that really. And I am reassuring him that if I kill him, it's because he tried to pass me. So It's nice that. Someone decides to spin themselves around because they perhaps want to go the other way. As you can see here, I go for the inside lineup on Felix, which goes very well. If the move's going to be on, and I sent it down the inside, very nice. Shimon comes about half a cart's length up the side of me. As you can see here, I went slightly too deep on the exit of this corner, so I had a really bad entry for the next, but I managed to hold him off. Here I was getting quite frustrated with myself because I wasn't really defending how I normally defend. I was being really sloppy and everything, so Shimon ended up getting past me, but let's see what we can do here. Keeping the outside line very nicely and back in front, so quite a nice move from me there, kept my position. And here, I mean, I just purposely turned into him. I mean, I was getting fed up. He gets the inside line here, so I sort of try to keep my line here, but he gets in front, unfortunately. But see if we can make up the position again. So we've caught up to quite a lot of traffic, so I just decided to let Felix pass, just let them train through them all and see if I can sort of keep up with them, because realistically I didn't want to be in the middle of Felix and Shimon, because they'd both be trying to fight to get past the traffic quite quickly. So as you see, like, they made quite a bit of contact there as Felix was trying to make a move on Shimon. As we're going to the first corner, all of us going wide. Felix gets we both get the switch back. Shimon tries to get through as well, ends up sending me a little bit wide, but it's all fine. So now so Felix is now leading the pack, and now I'm in the middle again. It's Shimon on the outside there. I think he's got the inside line. He got the switch back, so that's fair enough. That is fair enough. Now stuck behind more traffic. Now see here, I'm going to try to get switched back on both of them, but I clipped the apex a little bit too hard, so Shimon's up pulling away on the first straight. Quite a lot actually, about 2 carts left. And just ahead here, you see Felix has a little bit of an incident with the one in red just there. So, I mean, I did see it from the first turn. I think they sort of braked when they shouldn't have, like at just the start of the chicane, and it just completely threw Felix off and ended up him going into the back of him. And that concludes the first 15 minutes, but as we are doing it in a row, we are staying out for another session. Hopefully this one goes a little bit more better than the last one. The lap times weren't great. I think it was like 41.5, 6 and 7 and 8, I think. So around there, split between us three. So there's me shaking my hands about because don't get why they're warming up the tyres again. We've literally just come off of the first session and we're still on track, so the tyres are going to be warm. So not too sure, but it's whatever. As you can see here, I tried to get the inside line, but my car just doesn't have that top end just as much as Shimon does, so he ends up keeping the position there. Skipping forward, so nothing else much really happens besides here Shimon gets pushed out to the outside, kind of, and I end up getting the inside line here, so I get past Shimon. The one in red is quite annoyed for some reason just at the just before going underneath the bridge def, so not too sure. That's why I was throwing my hands up. Someone spun out there, and Felix is just ahead, so we're going to see if we can try catch up and defend Shimon. I might let him past, I'm not too sure, I can't quite remember. And unfortunately we lose our position here because I stayed too wide and Shimon ends up getting past again. But this race was so annoying when we were stuck behind that person right there, because they just weren't holding off, which is, I guess, fair enough. I mean, it was all clean, but it was just a bit annoying. See, I'm frustrated because now I've lost position again, so it's going to be quite hard to get position back. Oh, looks like Shimon's letting us through, which is very nice. Position back again, and we'll see if we can defend him again. see here we have caught up with Felix now. Shimon's still behind, and we're going to see if we can make the move on Felix possibly for the remainder of the race. As you can see here, Felix goes really wide because he's going to try to get the inside line on the person in front, but I'll say that I've messed up quite badly because Shimon's now got a position as well. I think, yeah, Shimon's got a position as well, and I'm slowly losing them both. I think I sort of tried to back off here because I was going to try just go for lap times because they were obviously going really far ahead, but obviously they've held off as well, so I might as well stay in the fight with them. Skipping forwards again, we come up. Felix just goes ever so slightly behind that guy. He slams on, so Shimon's now in front, and Felix is going to take the inside line on me, I think. Yeah. So he's back into the middle of the pack, and I'm still in the back, which isn't a very nice feeling, but you know, it's whatever. I think at this point in the race, I wasn't really going for the battle. I think I was more just trying to focus on keeping the lines clean, you know, sort of trying to keep up, that's all, not trying to go for position really. As you can see, I have the run on Felix quite a lot through the first straight due to, like, you know, height difference, stuff like that. And also my car it didn't really have the top end, but the mid end was just enough for me to sort of push closer towards him, so I had that advantage as well. But I'm going to see if we can try and make the move possibly toward the end of the race. So that concludes my last session as well. Unfortunately, I didn't end up getting the move on Felix, but it's all good. Oh, massive Euro lane there. Wonderful. So, yeah, overall, not too bad. It went better than I thought it would, to be fair, because it was quite packed, but yeah. Okay, and that concludes the end of the half an hour straight that I've just done on session with Felix and Shimon. Hope you enjoyed the video, and goodbye.